Good morning. How's everybody today? It's morning time here. Thank you, the one kind person. Thank you for the thumbs up. We appreciate that. Who are you and how are you doing? It must be Jack. Maria is in the house. Thank you for giving us a thumbs up on that, Maria. We appreciate that. Well, you don't want to see my face that big this early. Jack, how are you this morning? Maria, how are you this morning? It's too cold to be outside, so I'm stuck inside. It's like negative 4,000 degrees in my outdoor studio office. So I have to sit indoor where it's 74 degrees. I still got my hoodie on, my winter pants, no socks, but that's all right. So good morning to you, Maria. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you. Got 6 people watching us so far. Give us some more thumbs up and let us know who's on back there watching. We'd love to have you come up front and tell us a little bit about yourselves. I know Jack is in the Philippines. Jack, if you guys haven't subscribed to Jack's channel, do that. He has the #1 channel in the Philippines. He's known as the King of the Philippines. So it's a good channel to have. Maria, how's things going with you guys? Ooh. I feel like I'm getting old, man. I feel like I got what do you call oh my gosh, you guys can't see this. A twisted muscle, or an old person body. I know you guys can't see, but I'm gonna try. There's a house across the way that has thousands, I'm gonna say 100 birds on it. See if you can see through the window grate. Nah, you guys can't see it. There they are. See them in the yard? They're all flying around today. That's because it's cold out and all the birds are going, oh my God, where's the bird feed? Where do we go to eat? We're starving, we're dying, we gotta get ready for winter. We got 10 people watching. Who's all watching? Somebody drop us a chat and let us know how things are going in your world. It is nice and chilly here. It looks like it's gonna be a nice sunny day, but it's still chilly. Man, we had a busy day yesterday. Jack King of the Philippines, Jack says, oh, that's a good name for you, Jack. King Jack. Extremely sleepy, been dealing with the brownouts, then it started raining, okay. Tried sleeping, but I couldn't because the roof is leaking and dripping through the ceiling. Man, into my room again. Well, you need to get a better castle. 13 people, let's give us some thumbs up. Don't be shy, come on up here and try your best. Try your best with us. Come on up. I sound a little bit like Winnie the Pooh. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know, to be honest. I've never watched Winnie the Pooh as a kid. Never did. I wasn't allowed to watch TV or anything like that as a kid. No cartoons, nothing. So I really don't know what Winnie the Pooh sounds like. Didn't he like honey? Did Winnie the Pooh like honey, if I remember right? But thank you. I'll take that as a compliment. Because anytime you can sound or look like a famous person, I think you're doing pretty good. That's how we become famous ourselves. Diaz channel, thank you. Thank you guys for chatting, coming up, letting us know what's going on. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. Out of context says, yeah, all right, cool. Hello to you, Diaz. Everybody say hello to everybody, make friends with everybody. Diaz, make sure you guys give us a thumbs up as you come in. Subscribe to our channel. Remember, we have memberships and super chats. And you can give us a thumbs up, hit that alert bell, and subscribe to the channel. I appreciate that more than you know, Miss Diaz. Coming by the channel always is helpful, and recommend it and want it. So, good morning to all of you guys from America. Is anybody else in America today, or is it only me in America today? I'm the only person in my office today. Maybe I should tighten my strings so I can kind of look like this, be a one-eyed pirate with a hoodie on, you know. I don't have any plans for the day. How about anybody else? Anything going on in y'all's world that we should know about or that you would like to share? Man, this hoodie's not very good. I look like Kenny from South Park, is what I get told a lot when I wear a hoodie. Jack says King Jack wants to sleep. Well, being the king of the Philippines, you shouldn't have a problem with that. I think you're going to do all right, man. You know? Take some melatonin. I used to use melatonin years and years ago. And it worked. It worked all right. It did, you know. Seemed to work pretty well. Does it still rain in there, Jack? Or is the rain done? So did you position your bed right under the leak in the ceiling so you could get a shower while you sleep? I mean, that's being really efficient if you can do that. We still got 7 people watching. Let us know who's here. Drop us a comment and give us something to think of you about. If you got something interesting to say, I'd love to hear it. So I'm always excited to hear what others have to say from outside of my office. So I just got up this morning. We had a long night last night. I mean, a long night. We had a really long live stream with the women decorating the house, all dance around and having a good time, drinking, eating pizza. Long after the live stream, we were up late, out by the fire pit, having a good time. So we got into bed extremely late for us old people. So, but we got a lot of the decorations up yesterday. I think they got a lot more to do the same day of the party. So that's going to be crazy. It looks starting to look pretty, actually impressive. Don't tell anybody I said that. King Jack says, still raining? The room is big enough, not the waterboarding myself in my sleep. Good. That's all that matters. Don't waterboard yourself. So a little tired this morning. I thought I would sleep in a bit longer than I did, but go lay down, poo-poo. But I didn't. So I woke up early, as always. But man, I was stiff and tired. Felt like I pulled a back muscle from all the hard work I did yesterday. And now I'm working on video topics. I'm getting some videos worked through YouTube and checking on things and checking my messages to make sure all of our friends down in Florida are doing okay. You know, we have a lot of friends in Florida who's made it back, but they're still greatly suffering tremendously. You know, they got to replace all of their crap, all their stuff, you know. 7 people still watching. Who else is dropping back there? Who else is hanging out? Come forward and speak your mind. Furry's in the house. Morning. He's talking like an American. Morning. Instead of saying good morning, we just say morning because we don't want to waste a word, right? How is everybody from Furry? Furry, appreciate you being here early in the morning. It's a cold morning here. It's like negative 2,000 degrees outside. So I have to hang out in my office this morning, but I'm working on some YouTube stuff anyway, so it's all right. Tired. I don't know why you're always tired, Jack. You're living the dream. You're living the dream. Ow, ooh, ow, ooh, ow. I pulled a back muscle. So every time I laugh, my back muscle hurts. Oh, God. Or rib muscle. I don't know what it is. Some kind of muscle around the back of my body. Every time I laugh, it hurts like. So that's kind of pathetic of me, isn't it? I haven't bothered to check the news too much this morning, but I'm sure there's some crappy thing happening in the news. I don't know. What I gotta do today? I got stuff I gotta do today. I know I gotta do it. Oh, Jack, here's what I figured out. I didn't need to replace the propane tank where my fire pit is. I gotta refill the other one. Jack is saying, hello, Furry, the most mispronounced channel ever. At Furry versus Furry. No, I think mine's the most mispronounced. So, that's right, Jack. I don't mind mispronouncing words. It doesn't bother me any. It's all for interpretation. So what I found was my propane tank under where the fire pit is wasn't empty. It needed to be burped. It was kind of weird. Maybe it had a speck of dirt or something in I don't know, in the line or something. But I wasn't getting enough gas through there. And so last night I unhooked the tank and I could tell it was pressurized and it was really heavy, so I know it was still full. So I just disconnected it for a second, and when you disconnect, you kind of get this, and reconnected it, boom, worked perfectly. So I was having there, yeah, instead of furry, it's fury, if you want to go that route, like the movie with the tank and what's his name, Brad Pitt, where they killed all the Germans with the tank, fury. I like furry because I think furry is a better user-friendly name. And there's also a famous YouTuber out in California named Furry. It's actually called Furry the Potato. So he's a famous YouTuber, a big, huge following. I don't think he does YouTube anymore. But at one time, he, had a couple 100,000 subscribers and sued, I don't know, 10 or 15 different police departments, won lots and lots and lots and lots of money because they violated his rights. So, but then he became a she, and I don't know whatever happened to she. So, trash day. Today's Monday, guys. I forgot. I got to take the trash out today. I need to do a couple product reviews on YouTube. I'm sorry, on Amazon. And take the trash out. I think the kitchen's already cleaned up because everybody that was here yesterday, our friends that were here yesterday, they cleaned up their mess before they left. Fury, furry. Hey Jack, yes, furry. Less seems to change a lot. The party was good. It really wasn't a party. It was just a couple of the friends that came over to help Lorelai decorate the house. The party will be on the 26th. But they're really excited about their decorations. They're really, really excited. Yeah, Jack, I know that. And that was the point I was making. Fury is a movie, right? And the Plymouth Fury is a car. We get it. Furry is like a furry little animal or one of the idiots that dress up in a costume. I like saying furry better because fury is a negative word. It's an angry word. It inflicts emotion. So I like to do it my way. And that's just the way it is. Nothing wrong with that. So yeah, it was good. They came and they got a lot of the decorations up. They got the laser light show that's going to be going on. We have a hologram. My wife bought a hologram thing, and it's pretty cool. And so that's going to be up and displayed. They got a whole bunch more decorating to do, and as you guys saw, and this is for the record, so that you guys can go forth and tell the world, there is no longer a debate. No longer a debate. We have definitive proof that smoke machines will set off fire alarms. Definitive proof. You saw it here. Absolute 1,000% proof. Smoke machines will set off smoke detectors. Nine people in the house, 8 thumbs up. Thank you everybody for the thumbs ups. And who else is back there in the background chatting with us? I'll call you Delexia Dave. That's fine. I don't care. You can call me anything you want. I guess because it sounds better to me. Okay. If that makes you happy, Jack, you just go forth and do it. It's okay with me, man. You got to remember, I don't care what anybody calls me. Exactly. Fortunately, I'm not pissing in a cat litter yet. Well, I think that's a good thing. The good news is they have cat litter now. I don't know if they sell it where you're at, but we have cat litter in America that if you pee on it, it changes color depending on the pH of your pee. And so you're supposed to be able to identify whether your cat has has infections or not due to the color of the cat litter that they peed on. I'm just saying. Quite interesting. Yes, Mark. Mark, thank you for being here, buddy. Appreciate you more than you know. Yeah, I'm in a different spot. You got to remember, I went out. Well, I started to go outside. I have a weather station. I'm kind of a weather idiot or nerd, and I have these things. Let me see if I can show you without breaking it. And let me show you. I want to show you guys some. And you got here. Let me move my camera. Yeah, I have these little weather stations. I have these around the house. And so every morning when I get up, the first thing I look at is my weather station. Ow, man, my back hurts. So I look at my weather station. One, it tells me what time it is, tells me what temperature is in the house and the outside and what's going on, rain coming, whatever. And so when I get up in the morning, it was like, I don't know, negative 2,000 degrees here, which means it was about 40 degrees. And that's too cold. So I had to come into my interior office. And instead of my outdoor office, we're in my interior office. This is where I do a lot of the live streams, see? On Thursday nights. But, so yeah, I'm in a different spot today. Maria says, good morning to everybody. If you want, make sure that you say good morning to everybody. Please make friends. Kalu says, can you greet my bro from Germany? Sure. I can't pronounce it correctly, but let's take a second. Zachariah from Germany. Good to see you, Zachariah, if that's how you're pronouncing that. We appreciate you being your friends. We're glad that you have friends. I'm glad that we hope that you have a wonderful day. So I'm absolutely happy to greet you. We love Germany. We had a family member who was married to a German, or is married to a German. They live in the Philippines now, but while they were living in Germany, every year they would send us a box of goodies, and I miss that box of goodies. It had lots and lots of chocolates in it, from Switzerland and Germany and Belgium, and man, he would collect some really good chocolates, and he would send it to us. I'm like, oh man. But now that they moved to the Philippines, they don't have anything good to send us from the Philippines. They don't have any good candy in the Philippines. So, and it costs way too much money to send anything from the Philippines to the United States. We can just go down to the local Asian store and get it. But it's partly, I don't know German, but I was learning German because he would send me so much candy, and man, that stuff was good. That in order for me to know what it was, I was Googling the words. And so I was starting to pick up, and I did it each time. So I was starting to pick up a little bit on German, what vanilla was and chocolate was and hazelnut and all these other, words. I was starting to learn some words. Jack says he'll be happy to send me some dried fish. That's all right. Yeah, Lorelai says she doesn't want to eat dried fish anymore. She says she thinks as she's gotten older, it's gotten harder on her stomach. So, but send it. I'll resell it. I'll sell it to the Filipinos that want it. The sad thing is they sell that crap in the Asian stores now. I don't know how good it is. I don't think it's. I know when we're in the Philippines, there's one particular dried fish that everybody seems to like more than the other, but I don't know the brand or anything. But I miss that family member lives in the Philippines. I really enjoyed his package once a year, full of goodies. Belgium, Switzerland, Germany, just beautiful stuff that you can't get in America. He tried to send us some alcohol one time, and apparently customs took it because I guess you can't ship alcohol from Germany to here. But he tried to send me a bottle of some really cool liqueur that he liked or something from Germany. And so I sent him some tropical shirts. And when he got ready to move to the Philippines, Lorelai and I got his size, and I went through all my stock and inventory and found some tropical shirts and some of the quick dry shirts that we bought a few shirts, but I got a bunch of quick dry shirts given to me some years ago. They were way too small for me. And they're the ones that if you sweat in it, they kind of dry really quick. So we sent him a care package for when he gets to the Philippines. He had some clothes that he could wear, and he's a good guy. He's fallen in love with our tropical shirts now. So he's embraced the tropical shirt and the quick dry shirts, which are really, really important if you're going to be in high humidity level. So today's trash day, boys and girls. When is it trash day at your house? Mark, when's your trash day? Mine is Tuesday, so we got to put our trash out on Monday. Yeah, I gotta pick a different spot today. I'm gonna try to rest somewhat today. King Jack here says, one of my subs wanted me to smuggle her cases of dried fish for her to sell in Florida. I said, hell no, it's supposed to be because of the smell. It was a waste of money and need to bring my clothing back to her. Well, I guess if you ever came to America, we brought dried fish to America before in our luggage, and we didn't have a problem with that. So, and we know people that have brought a lot of dried fish to America and sold it to other Filipinos, but they sell it in the Asian stores. I don't know why you need to smuggle it. Are you tired from last night? You seem a little tired. I am. I'm exhausted. I just haven't got my energy level going yet, which is not that I am. It was a long day for me. And I told my friends that were here last night who left, or they left, said, man, I can't appreciate it more than you know. Because there's just no way I could help Lorelai do all of that decorating, all the ladder climbing up and down and all that. Man, there's just no way in hell that I could do that. So, and they got a whole lot more to do, like the Saturday of the party. But they did a lot of work last night. I don't know who's going to take it all down and clean it up. Ain't going to be me, because I'm going to be busy that day. But yeah, that's what we didn't get to bed until probably 3. Even after we got off the live stream last night, they all wanted to sit out by the fire and drink. So we let them sit outside and have drinks and BS about other things versus the party. Get caught up on things. You know how it is. So your trash day is Wednesday. Mine's Tuesday. I put it out on Monday. That way I don't forget. Sometimes the garbage truck comes 3 times a week, yeah. How many pesos are you giving? Are you giving the truck trash guy people now? Dennis is in the house. Dennis, thank you for being here. My trash day was a year ago. I got rid of the 104-pound cheating trash. That's good. It's the best thing you can do, Betty. One way to lose weight, clean out your house and clean out the cobwebs, in your head. It is strange how many stories we hear about that. I think Jack knows firsthand what you're talking about, is what he's saying there. Well, Dennis, I don't care what you do, but that one that lives around here will do you the exact same way. So let me just throw that out there. She has no clue what it means. I don't know. But that's all right. But Dennis, there's plenty of other 100-pound Filipinos around. And here's an interesting question. What do you think they think? Oh yeah, Dennis is asking if Jack is back on the red horse. No, I think he's drinking Pilsner now. Jack says, I don't give them nothing. They get paid already. The garbage gets set out. Okay, all right. We used to have to pay them some pesos every time. Jack says, nope, not drinking red horse. Is the AC flavor, arm candy flavor anymore? It's not? Okay. Yeah, I don't think she is the arm candy flavor anymore. I think, I don't know what's going on there, to be honest. So, yeah, Jack hasn't had Red Horse. He switched to that Pilsener beer. Pilsen. Not Pilsner like we have in America. Let's see. So here's the question. And I think this is legit because I've been thinking about trying to do a video topic on this. What I think is funny is when this happens, Dennis and Jack, is they know they're cheating and they're okay with it because they think, this is my thought or where I'm going with this. They think they're okay with it in their head because they're fishing for the right guy. They're fishing for the guy with the money, or they're fishing for whoever's gonna give them money or bring them over or whatever. I don't think they're fishing for love. So the cheaters cheat. They justify it because, well, I'm just looking for the best American or German or foreigner to marry. And so it's okay for me to be a cheater. But if they got married to somebody and the husband did that, they would be bonkers, right? Or if you did it to them, they would go apeshit and say, well, how dare you cheat on me? That doesn't make sense. How can you have multiple Filipinos? That's not right. That's wrong of you. You're horrible. But it's okay for them to have multiple prospective foreigners, right? I don't know. I don't get it either. Then it says, well, no, it's Dennis, I don't think it's about that. I don't think she cares about that. I think all she cares about is as much of this as she can get out of people. But she wants the green ones. That's a quarter. It's all about that. And she's going to dump and run to the next one who flashes some of the green. She could care about anything else. She doesn't care about anything else. She wants the green. She will string them along. This is my thought. She's going to play that game. She's going to string them along, get what she wants. She's not going to put out, but she's going to try to get what she wants. And then she's fishing. She's fishing for money. And then what she's really hoping is that she's going to find that one person that's a good-looking guy that has millions of dollars that says, you don't have to work anymore. You come live in my mansion and you can run all of my affairs. You can go shop all you like. We can travel the world. That's what she, in her head, she divorced her husband for, who makes really good money. They had a beautiful home here. He was a good guy. He's a good guy. So in her head, she's been told so many times, oh my God, you're so pretty, by people on the internet, that her brain has become mush and she's out there looking for money, money, money. She gets excited because some guy likes her, but if he doesn't pay for her manicures or pay for this service or that service or if they want to go watch and take care of their pets at home, she gets pissed because she thinks everything should be her. And that's what she's looking for. She's looking for that person who would say, come live in my mansion. Here's the American Express card. You just shop until your heart contents and buy anything you want. And we're going to travel the world, by the way. And we will have people wait on us, all of that stuff. So that's that in a nutshell, Dennis. And that's why I warned you earlier and I warn you now. Because she will bounce back and forth looking for more cash. So if the cash dries up, she'll leave, bounce over here, and then try this ATM machine again. Fishing with that ATM machine for that money, that's it. Furry is asking, are most like that or far and few between? Ooh, that's a good question. Man, I think it would be really, really hard to come up with the percentage. My wild guess would be 60-40. 60-40 good, 40 bad. That would be my guess. Dennis, what do you think about, percentage? I know Jack has been like 90% bad. But if men, let's see here. Dennis says a lot of beautiful women. There is. Look, and that's the key, guys. Look, if you're getting a bad vibe, or a red flag as we call it, fuck. There's too many other women out there. There's too many other really good women out there. Just look, red flag pops up, cut your loss and go about your business. We don't, as men, we don't have to put up with that bullshit anymore. And we shouldn't put up with it. Just move on. Too many other ones out there. If men want that, she needs to be, oh yeah. That's what we've tried to explain to her. So nobody wants a 50-year-old. I mean, a guy that has that kind of money that she's dreaming of, why would he want her? He can go to the Philippines or Thailand and pick up a skinny, smoking hot 20-year-old or 25-year-old for that and have her run around his house. Why would you? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? But she's gotten so delusional, and we see this a lot. She's gotten so delusional because of what people have told her when she's doing TikTok, when she's doing this. They get delusional. Yep, Furry says, I think you dodged a bullet there. Yeah, Dennis is a smart one. Dennis has been around the block, up and down the road, and he's wise beyond his years. And yeah, he knows to watch out, what to watch out for. He knows those red flags, is my point. So, Dennis is a smart boy. There's a lot of these guys out here that are not. A lot of them are dumb. And then some of them are blessed and lucky like me, who just literally got lucky. Well, I don't know. I went through a whole lot of them, didn't date any of them. But, for me, it just worked. I dodged many furry. God has been watching out for me. Yeah. Then it says, I agree, delusional. Absolutely. And that's what it is. And we saw it. We saw it changing. Her husband, who and I are good friends, is a good guy, man. Non-abusive, supportive. He told me a couple years before this, he's like, man, this isn't going well. She's got onto TikTok and these things, and she's doing these dancing. And I told her I don't like it, and she keeps doing it. And he said, she's getting this big head because all these men are drooling over her. And he's like, I've tried to explain to her about those men, but she doesn't want to hear it. And then I guess something really bad happened in their marriage. Well, not in their marriage, but she did something, got in trouble. She got in trouble. And then she had to pay a bunch of fines and do all this. So she wasn't bringing any money into the house anymore. And then all these men were lavishing her with, oh my God, you're so beautiful. So she thought, well, it's a great time to divorce my husband. I'm going to keep my money for me and go find that rich guy. And it just doesn't work that well. I mean, it just doesn't work that well. We know other Filipinas here that have very wealthy husbands. And I mean very, very wealthy husbands. You guys think I'm rich? You guys think I'm rich because I have 2 ink pens to my name? Man, we know people here that have more money. Jesus. So, and they're married to Filipinas, but their life is not what, they thought it was going to be. Dennis says, I deleted it from my contacts. Yeah, I know you. Yeah, Dennis. So, and I know. Sisha's in the house. Thank you for being here. How are you? We are doing great. How are you, though, my friend? How are you on the other side of the camera there? No, I'm with you. But we got one guy who has a lot of money who will not marry the girl that he has a kid with, who's Filipina. One, she wears way too much makeup. But that's just my opinion. But he won't marry her, and he kicks her out 2 or 3 times a year. So she has to keep her own apartment because he won't put up with her. Then we know somebody else that's in a very similar thing, very wealthy. They are married. They did have children together. But Lorelai has more financial freedom than she does. And I keep telling people, rich men aren't stupid. Naganzi support group, hello, support groups in the house. Good morning to everybody. Give them a thumbs up. Give us a thumbs up. We appreciate that. We're talking about women. What about you folks? What do you think about women? What's the best trait? What's the worst trait? Is it okay for them to be money grubbers? Is it okay for them to be fishing for the next rich guy? Is it okay for them to cheat with the justification that they're doing it so that they can find the right man? Is it fair that if we're dating multiple girls, then we're pieces of crap? But if they do, it's okay. If they have multiple Facebook accounts and hiding behind it. Yeah, I know, Dennis. I know, but in her brain, and you know how men are. Men only see it. It's kind of like, our good friend Bai, when she does her thing, men are just looking at this swinging back and forth, Support says, I stay away from Tampo. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I like Tampo. Tampo's my friend. Then I can go fishing and enjoy my day. Doe Garrett, Henry's in the house. Gold diggers are the worst. They are. But what we're talking about, Henry, and I think is a valid question, because I got, I'm working on some stuff here, And it's kind of like, all right, so is it okay for the Filipina, the girl from Thailand, to have multiple Facebook accounts, to be cheating on the guy, playing multiple guys, because they're trying to justify it in their head that they're trying to find the right guy that has the most money or can give them the best life. And so maybe they even cheating on them. They're always upgrading. Jack's had a lot of issues in the Philippines. So, and Dennis, dumped a 104 pounder, a while back, that were not good women. But they justify it in their head because in their head, well, I'm just looking out for me because I'm looking for better. But yet, if men do it, we're pieces of crap, human scum, because we maybe are talking to two girls at the same time. Well, how dare you do that? So, what do you guys think about that? Am I wrong or am I right? Henry is saying hello to everybody. Henry, good morning. Thank you, sir. HTN in the house, the master of the land. Appreciate you being here. I'm inside my office because it's negative 2,000 degrees outside, which in real terms equates to 40 degrees. Some man's journey. I've always been poor, so a woman can't get money I don't have. There you go. Then they marry for love. Buys arm candy is in the house. HTN saying hello to you, Dennis. Dennis, yo. So so have I over the years. Yeah. But don't you think that's a little crazy? A little BS-y? It's like, I really do. And man, my hoodie's getting too hot in here. Let me find a hat so I can look cool. All right, you guys can decide. Should I wear my pink hat today? Or should I wear my tan and blue hat? Now that matches better. Never mind, you don't get to decide. Filipina Bai in the province is in the house. Oh. How are you today, young lady? How are things going in the Philippines for you? We're talking about cheating. We're talking about women. We're talking about men, the heroes of the world. We're talking about women. Why do they cheat? Why is it okay for them to cheat? Because and since you're a female, I want to ask you. I really do. If you didn't hear, Filipina Bai, hello to Dennis and HTN. HTN saying hi to you. Teasing by with the Yankee, not X. Want the Yankee? Wow. Teasing by with the Yankee, not an X. Oh yeah, from there. Okay. HTN is laughing at all of us, I think. Probably you more than me, Dennis. But since you're Filipina and you're here, how many times have you heard of Filipinas cheating on their boyfriends or their exes or their husbands and then they justify it by saying, well, I'm just looking out for me. I'm fishing. I'm always looking for the best fish to keep versus the one I got. But if men do it, if men even talk to two different Filipinas at the same time, Filipinas get pissed off about it. Wow, how dare you do that to me? Ah! But it's okay for them to keep fishing until they find the right one. Maybe multiple dating sites, Facebook accounts. Some of them even live with you and cheat on you because they're looking to upgrade for the next fish. I call it fishing. Well, she says, I never tried to cheat. I'm a loyal and faithful always. I agree. But you have to know, because you're Filipina and you're a woman, that this happens. Because I'm sure it's it's a topic that comes up. My wife and I have talked about it. Money is always part of the relationship, says Mark. It's never right to mislead the other person for personal gain, regardless of gender. Absolutely. And if you just can't be an honest, decent person, I agree with you, Mark. I mean, life's too short for this shit. You know what I mean? Why don't people just take a chill? Take a chill, right? Life's too short. And I agree with you, Mark, more than you know, buddy. Dennis, bye. What are you going to do when H-Man comes and Yankee boyfriend is there? Ooh, Dennis. Dennis started throwing up the fireworks. Dennis is slamming it. Let's see. She's laughing, going, oh my God, that's crazy. Henry is one of my good friends, Dennis. Okay. I don't think that, does that answer your question? Dennis? So, oh yeah, I didn't, yeah. Well, one thing I would say is, Henry doesn't need to worry about anybody physically like that. So is that, I mean, I'm trying to read between the lines because, I'm slow. So is your Yankee boyfriend there with you by? I guess I missed something earlier or something. So is your boyfriend there now? I thought your boyfriend wouldn't come see you. That's why you broke up with him. So is he in the Philippines now? And what is the status of the other Yank? So Dennis is asking, well, I guess the same question I just asked. Because I didn't think you had a boyfriend. I thought your boyfriend went somewhere or was with a lady boy or something in Thailand, and didn't want to come see you all these years. Nice, Henry, great, man. If you need a second opinion, just let me know. I'm a real estate expert, buddy. Let me tell you, we bought and sold more freaking houses than you can imagine and made a lot of money off of them. So you just let me know if you need a second opinion or you have a question or one, if I can help. I'm happy to help you, buddy. Furry, not fury, because fury's a negative word. Yo, Yanks snatching up all of the Filipinas. Yes, say something for the rest of it. Well, we got a lot, Oh, the girl in California. We have a single girl we have a single Filipina in California that I'm going to see if James is interested in. I'm going to get her information later today and pass it on. She's a nurse in California. She's apparently a rock solid, really good human being. I don't know how pretty she is, Dennis. I don't know. I haven't seen a picture of her, so I can't tell you if she's smoking hot or not. But she has a very good job and makes really good money. I don't know if James is interested in it, but if he could be her friend, and then I'm going to ask some of the other friends out in California that are married to Filipinas, maybe they can kind of reach out and be nice to her. Maybe make her, because she hasn't been in America very long. But she's a permanent resident, so she's a green card holder. And so she's a nurse, so, and has a job. So we know one in California. Oh my God, furries, so many. There are just shitloads of them. I need to do a topic because I think they are changing. I do think Filipino women are changing, and I don't think they're changing for the best necessarily, but I do think they're changing, and I think it's natural. I really do. Henry's laughing at all of us. My arm candy selection has no Filipinos on it. I gotcha. Yeah, I think, Dennis, for you, especially the way you travel and do some other things, there has to be some others around the world. He goes, look, I'll say this. Filipino women are absolutely beautiful. But so are Japanese women, women from Thailand, India, Somalia, the Caribbean, South America. They're everywhere. Here's the secret. There are beautiful, hot, wonderful women all over the world, not just in the Philippines. Colombia, all over the world. You don't have to fixate on women in the Philippines. These women are everywhere, and they're happy to meet expats or foreigners, however you want to call us, whatever we are. Venezuela's. Jack says, my PC is sleeping now. It's my time to sleep. All right, Jack, take care. Mexico, Jamaica. Aruba, you name it. They're everywhere, everywhere, everywhere. So you just don't have to get boggled down on one country. And I think that's short-sighted. If you really want to know the truth, I think if all you are is focused on one country, then I think you are you may miss out on some really good stuff. Young Miss Bai says Filipina is the best. Well, since I'm married to one, I have to agree with that. But that's part of the problem why Filipino women cheat so much, because their egos have gotten so inflated by the thought that they are the best in the world. And so their egos get big and they keep fishing. So where other women, their egos are not as inflated. So, but I think there's beautiful women everywhere. But my wife, just to clarify, from the Philippines, is the most beautiful Filipina that has ever come out of the Philippines or anywhere else in the world. Then it's not a 23-hour flight and time change. It's not worth the 23-hour in flight. Well, and that's part of it. You can find, no matter where you're at in the world, and this other thing is like, look, I tell people here, when I meet a guy here that's really interested in a Filipina, you don't got to fly to the Philippines. You can go on a cruise, or you can go out to California, Dallas, Florida. Just go to the Asian stores. They work in the Asian stores. And some of them are single. I mean, you don't have to fly around the world. Henry agrees with you that he thinks Filipinas are beautiful. I do too, but I do think they get a big head. And that's why they are always fishing. The guy I talked about for Searcher, he came to my hometown. I was shocked just to meet me for 2 days. Did he bring a wedding ring, or what do you call that thing? An engagement ring? Mexico is 4 hours and it has an ocean too. There you go, Aruba's only like 6 hours. Just saying, I love Aruba. We've been to Aruba. I want to go back to Aruba. Aruba, one of my favorite places to go visit. Man, I wish I was rich. Henry says, all of my travels, I still think Asian women are the most beautiful. I have to agree with you, personally. I actually have to agree with you. I really do. I don't like the white Asian ones, but I agree with you. The Koreans are pretty, but they're too white-skinned. And if I wanted a white-skinned girl, I would just marry an American. So I don't want a white-skinned girl. So, Dennis is telling you, bye. Oh my gosh, just come clean. What, does she need to take a shower, Dennis? Is that what you're saying? How do you know she needs to take a shower? Come on, man. Filipina says, no way. He just wanted to meet me. That's it. I'm not interested in him anymore. I don't talk to him for a few months. It just surprises. Okay, if you want my opinion, you probably don't. But I'll say it anyway because I don't care if people want my opinion or not. That's creepy. That's creepy. If a guy can't come visit you in 4 years, and then you don't have anything to do with him for a while, and then he shows up in your hometown, man, that's creepy. Look, I may be a weird guy, but I wouldn't even do that. Dennis is saying, sure, 10 minutes and I'm at the ocean. Yeah, Henry's close to the ocean. That's why we want to live down by where the man, the myth, the legend is. Henry. Wow, yeah, Henry's close. Henry lives in a good place. I hope you get that house, though, so I have a place to come and hide when my wife is mad at me. So, no, Henry lives, 10 minutes to the ocean. A lot of good food down there. The weather's great compared to here. Wow, from Dennis. Young Miss Bai says, Henry knows all about it. We have talked about the creepy guy that came to visit me out of the blue. I'm sorry, probably shouldn't call him creepy, but look. Nothing odd. I'm just saying, just saying. I'm just saying. I know you have one or two other creepers that follow your live streams, but that's a little creepy. Yeah, keep it a secret, Henry. There's nothing a secret on the internet. We can find anything. You know. I'm working on it, Henry says. Ooh, they got a secret, Dennis. Dennis, did you pick up on that? Dennis, they got a secret. But young Miss Bai, you didn't answer my question about either why young women or women think it's appropriate to keep fishing for a better man, but it's not okay for the man to fish for a better female. Maybe that I should do a, but do you think anybody would understand what I mean by fishing, or is it just because I like to go fishing? Because that's, because I use the analogy when I talk about when you date somebody, you should date somebody in your own pond, which means the age range of 20 years or less. That's your pond. Because if you got some 21-year-old girl wanting to date a 60-year-old man, you're the girl just wants your money. Come on. Because she doesn't want to change your diapers in 10 years. So, HDN says, I'm working on it. Oh, keep it a secret. That's good. I think it's very important for couples to have secrets that they don't discuss with others. I think it builds a bond. And Lorelai and I have that. We have a lot of private stuff or secret stuff. We're very open people, as you guys all know. But we have a lot of things that we never discuss with anybody. Young Miss Bai says, I like older men, and it's not all about the money, but older men are more mature. No, Bai, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. My wife explained this to me a long time ago. Older men are not more mature. We're just equal to the younger girl. My wife explains it like this. You got a 50-year-old man. This is her analogy. A 50-year-old man, let's say he's here, on maturity level and, whatever. Yeah, maturity is a good word. A 30-year-old girl is already as mature as this 50-year-old man. That's why she likes, the 30-year-old girl likes this 50-year-old guy, because he's mature enough that they can relate and connect. Because women are more mature than men. And so that's why they do that. That's why it works well. And in all seriousness, I thought long and hard about this. Well, that makes sense. Because at 30, you women are more mature. So you like a man who's a little bit older. So it kind of balances it out and makes a relationship that can actually blend. And I think she's right, 100%. That's my lesson for the day. Asian says, well, the realtor here, so I got to go talk with the guys in a little while. All right, buddy, let me know how it goes. Yeah, because if you get a cool place, I'm gonna hide from my wife and we're gonna go fishing. So, Dennis, yes, buy and usually have more money. Yeah, and that is a honest point, Dennis. I think they do enjoy the older men because they assume that they have more money. What they don't understand, and I've seen this personally with a lot of women here who dates an older guy, they don't get that money. We know, I mean it, I know 20 or 30, we know 20 or 30 couples in this situation. The young girl thought, oh, ATM machine, man, I'm gonna marry a husband that has a nice house and had a great career or has a great career. Well, this guy didn't get all that money, by giving it away. He worked hard for that money. He worked his ass off for that money. He invested, he saved, he sacrificed. So he's not letting go of that money easily. And these girls over here don't know that about Americans. That American husband who's worth, 4 or 5 million bucks or 200,000, whatever it may be, he's not easily going to give you his money because that's his money. He made it. He's going to leave it to his children. He's not giving it to you. He may give you a small part of it, but he's leaving it to his kids, not to you. Because you weren't there when he created that money. And a lot of Filipinos don't get that. That's why marry somebody in your own pond. But if a 20-year-old marries a 30-year-old and they come over, and we know couples that have done this, then they work together to mass the fortune, to make the money. Then they both share in it. And the man doesn't have the same problem, just doesn't. But we know this all over the country. We have couples that are in this situation. The Filipinos are pissed off because they've got over here and they thought the husband was just going to sign everything over to them. The houses, the cars, the money, and they were going to live this fancy life. And the husband says, no, here's your monthly allowance. All of my assets go to my children. I will leave you some, but my assets go to my children. So Filipinos beware, it doesn't work quite that way. Young Furry says, what type of experience would a young man who worked hard have in the Philippines? I guess the question would be, what type of experience do you want to have in the Philippines? If you're talking about like job-wise, you can work in the Philippines. They bring in experts from outside the country to work in the Philippines, depending on your field. So we've known one or two people, not very many, who actually worked in the Philippines, who went over there and worked and had a job and blah, blah, blah. If you're talking about going over and having a fun, it depends on how much money you have. It really just depends on what you want out of the Philippines. But they hire foreigners to do certain jobs, not many jobs, because unlike America, the Philippine government doesn't want foreigners to take Philippine jobs. In America, apparently our government doesn't give a shit if foreigners, illegals, take American jobs. They could care less. But in a lot of countries, it's not that way. And so for you to work in the Philippines, you got to go through the hurdles and the process to get approved to work there, and then get a company to sponsor you and all that BS and go to work that way. But you can get a job in the Philippines, absolutely. We know foreigners that have them. But it's not easy compared to like America, where you can just sneak across the border and get a job tomorrow, That's the way it's becoming around here anyway. But if you're a hard worker, sure, you can do it. They bring foreigners in for certain things. If you're really interested in that, I would just do a big Google search on what type of jobs can foreigners do in the Philippines, and see. Because I couldn't remember, I think you told us kind of what you did a while back. I know you were in Ireland, if I remember right. No, you were over by Jersey or something from the other day, but it depends on what you want to do. The only thing you got to understand is you have to be prepared to adjust yourself to the Philippines. What I mean by that is if you're living in the Philippines and working in the Philippines, the money's a lot less, so your standard of living, you have to adjust your standard of living, and you're no longer going to make European dollars. So it's not the same. So you have to adjust your mindset to going, okay, I'm making good money for the Philippines, but not good money in Europe. Young Ms. Bai says, virtual assistant or BPO. I don't know what BPO is. What's BPO? I don't know what BPO is. Young Ms. Bai, what's a BPO? I am listening. I feel... I can't tell what you feel. My phone's there's dirt on my phone. Your emoji looked like it had a mohawk, because there's a piece of dirt on it. A lot of Filipinos over here work seasonal. Would a young man be stupid to try to have a family? No, 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 no. I don't think it's, yes. No, I changed my mind. Yes. I think it's stupid for a 30-year-old, let's say, to go to the Philippines to try to set up shop and to live, unless you have a job, unless you can get a job. Different story. Or you can work remotely. Different story. If you can work remotely or get a job in the Philippines, then absolutely. I tell people one of the worst things that happens is when these old men like me go to the Philippines because we're old, we're beat up, it's hard for us to get around. The younger people should go and travel and enjoy the world. Absolutely. BPO is like a call center agent. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we knew somebody that was, I don't know what exactly it was, but when I talked to him, he was like the boss of the call center or something. He kind of helped the upper part of the call center. And he was an American. Yeah, so they hire native speakers. Go to Thailand. Dennis likes Thailand, Furry. The only thing is the language barrier. I know a lot of expats that like Thailand way better than the Philippines. Healthcare is better, the streets are cleaner, the women are just as hot. Just the language barrier is the problem. Yes, you can work as a teacher in Thailand. Yeah, you can go. Yeah, if you have a degree or you can, I'm trying to remember what it's called, English as a second language credentials, you can go on and become a person who specializes in English as a second language. And you can teach online or in person. So, because I got a friend that made a really good side hustle she was a teacher here in America. And she worked during the night a few hours teaching English remotely to Chinese. And made a good chunk of money. You just got to pass the test, and or have you got to pass. You got to go through a little course, or have a bachelor's degree, but you can do it. Work as a teacher. Dennis, go to Thailand to meet some lady boys. I thought that was Jack's favorite thing, was the lady boys. Because doesn't he have a neighbor or a cousin that's a lady boy that he visits with a lot? You need to learn the Thai language. I lived in Thailand for 4 years, but I can speak a little bit Thai language. Yeah, I think Thai's hard. I love the food. Oh God, I love Thai food. But I think the language is hard to learn. And so if you're English speaking, and obviously you can write in English, the Philippines is a safe haven for, and that's why a lot of horny old men like to go to the Philippines, because they speak English over there. So they can just land off the plane and assimilate pretty easily and get things done. It's a little harder in Thailand or Korea or Japan, or Venezuela's, and because you need to do your Spanish or your Portuguese down in that part of the world. So, Dennis, I've been to Thailand for a few times. Everyone seems to be heading that way direction. I heard a few stories about the women going to, yeah, they are. Look, no question. Dennis says, sure, you can probably introduce me to some Thai women. You can teach online for part-time. That's it. You can teach online part-time. I got friends that do it and have done it, to make extra money. I don't do it, but I've thought about doing it, but I don't do it. So many there, just be careful about the diseases in Thailand. Furry says, I hear you can't officially own property in Thailand. I don't know, but it makes sense. Most countries aren't like America where anybody can buy land here, which I think you should be a U.S. citizen or a citizen of any country to own land. That's the way it is in the Philippines. My wife owns land in the Philippines. and I have husband survivor rights to it, but I don't own it. It's very nice in Thailand. If you like nightlife, it's a good choice for picking up hookers at bars. Yeah, they got a hot nightlife, especially in what is it, Patunga or Pattaya? Isn't one of those two cities like the big nightlife area? Dennis says, I never own, I just rent. Smart man, man, smart man. And I don't think he's talking about land. But there's also Japan, there's Korea. Like Dennis mentioned earlier, there's a lot of great South American countries, that I think a lot of people are missing, that are overlooking a lot of other countries. And maybe it's just because we kind of focus on the Philippines here. And I used to know a lot, I used to belong to and know a lot of expat forums that was all about like Panama and some other South American countries. Because long before I met Lorelei, I was actually looking at being an expat in Panama when I retired from teaching. And I did a lot of research, and I was leaning to go into Panama to be an expat there. But yeah, you just look at what your job skills are, if you got any credentials to go with it, and you just look around. But if you want to go through the challenges of learning a new language or not, that's part of it. Yeah. Young Miss Bai says, just rent. That's it. Just rent. He's going to rent. And it truly is renting, right, Dennis? Because one way or the other, you're paying for it. Young HTN back in the house. I am back. I am back in black, baby. Woo-wee, sexy and moving. Did you get your meeting set up for your house? Young Miss Bai is giving you the winky eye saying, hi, good to see you. Thank you for coming back and talking to us. Not a bad looking house, great. Have you run your make sure you run your numbers, compare your price per square footage with others, all of that good stuff, all of that, which maybe you know or don't know. But if you don't know a lot about real estate, Henry, seriously, hit me up. I can help you more than you probably know. So, Henry's saying, hi, bye. How are you? Are you glad I'm back? My dog's snoring, by the way, if you hear her. Colombia, oh my God, Colombia is amazing. The women are beautiful, and the food is good, and they don't act like Canadian or U.S. women. Now, the only thing I would say, because I agree, I think Colombia is a good choice. I really do. I really do, Dennis. I think Colombia is a really, really good choice. The only thing I would say is, don't they get a little fiery? The Spanish blood that's in the Philippines, can be a firecracker, when they get fired up, Filipinas. So, but aren't Colombian women, don't they have that, that attitude, HN, 4-bedroom, 3 bathrooms, nice, and a huge yard. So we got a bedroom for me, a bathroom for me when my wife is mad at me, and a place I can bring my dogs when she's mad. Yeah, just do your due diligence, man. It's a big house, obviously. In all seriousness, one thing that you have to really equate or ask yourself, what would you do being you? Is that too big, or is it not big enough? If it's going to be way too big a waste of space to heat and cool, then maybe it's not a great fit for you. So you kind of got to ask those questions. Dennis says, yes, Bai, we'll get the inside, and H, you will get the outside. HDN says, yeah, Colombia's a good place. I would like to go to Colombia. I haven't been there. I like to go to more South American countries. I would. We've been to Belize and Honduras and Mexico, which is technically North America, but you get my point. South of the border, American border. I think those are the only countries we've been to, because Aruba's Dutch. They're an island. Curaçao's an island, a Dutch island. Charles is in the house. Thank you for the thumbs up as you came in. We really greatly appreciate that. Dennis is saying the ones I met know a myth. Okay, great, great. I mean, that's just something you hear, right? Charles is saying hello, gave us a thumbs up. We appreciate you. How's it going? It's going good, man. We're having fun this morning. We're talking about women. We're probably gonna, go to prison or something. But here, young Miss Bai is saying hello to you. HTN is saying hello to you. Furry is saying hello to you. Colombian women are very pretty and sexy. They are. They got that whole, and that's something Filipino women don't have. Colombian women have that sex appeal factor. I mean, they just walk like they're smoking hot. Filipino women are very pretty, but they're not smoking hot. You know what I mean? They're just pretty. So that is a funny contrast. Does anybody agree with me or disagree with me? I'm glad my wife is in bed because she'd be mad at me. But Colombian women, I do think, are smoking hot. Filipino women are just beautiful and gorgeous. So there's a big difference. HN says, well, it's just about right for what I'm looking for in a house. Great. How long has it been on the market? Maybe you can negotiate the price down depending on the days that it's been on the market. Dennis says, yes, bye. I'm the only truthful thing you've ever said. Ooh. Damn, Dennis. Ooh. Ooh. Very fun and dangerous topic. Boy, it is, let me tell you, Charles. Yippers. Oh my God. Yeah, you're right, Dennis. Dennis is always right. Because he's from Canada. He's from Canada. Just a few days. Oh, all right. So at least you can do the market analysis to see if they got it priced in the proper square footage and all of that stuff. If it's only been on for a few days, at least you can still do that, a market analysis, and figure that out. Dennis says, the Pac-Man, me, the pack leader, I'm not the Pac-Man, I'm the pack leader, is 100% right. I am right. Where's my wife? You guys all shout loud so she can hear you guys say how right I am. You know, we got to remember her. HDN is from the show me state. That's right. Show me, baby. You don't want to live up here anymore, though. It's cold, man. Crazy ass people live in Missouri. Trust me, it's only an hour from my house. I know. It's a crazy place. Yeah, Dennis. I mean, I really believe that. I mean, Dennis, I really, truly believe that. And so it kind of depends on what you're looking for and what you want. I think they probably make both great wives and great moms and great family people. I do think, I don't know. I agree. Uh-oh, Dennis, young Miss Bai is arguing with you. She says that you're wrong. But young Miss Bai, I don't think so. I think if you asked 100 men if they thought Filipino women were sexy, which were their better trait? Were they beautiful or were they sexy? I bet you 90 out of 100 would say they are absolutely beautiful. And if you picked the same question for Colombian women, they would go, no, they're sexy, right? So I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with being beautiful. Look at me, I'm beautiful. And I have to accept it. I'm not sexy, I'm just beautiful, and it's okay, I accept it. So I think it's okay. You don't got to defend the young women in the Philippines. I just don't think they're sexy. I think they're beautiful, you know. I'll never move back to Missouri. Me either. We thought about buying a place up in Branson when we came back from the Philippines and keep this house as a rental, but nah, no way in hell I'd live in Missouri. It's too freaking cold in Arkansas. Kiko's in the house. Kiko's in the house. You tell him, Filipina Bai in the province. Tell him, but she's wrong. She's wrong, Kiko. The guy came here to keep saying I'm sexy. Well, yeah, of course they keep saying you're sexy. They want to see your boobies. Hello? Come on. What do you want though? Come on. That's what's on their brain. Guys say what's on their brain, you know, and they want to see more flesh. Come on. That's Filipinos are pretty. She's saying hi to you, young Mr. Kiko. Hey, Kingo from HTN. No way. Well, that's what it is all about. Trust me. And we have female friends here that their ego got so big because men would come on and go, oh, "You're so sexy. Oh my God, I love the way you dance." Woo-wee. So. Kiko's asking if Henry, HTN, is looking for a home in the United States or is he looking for a home in the land of the Philippines? We're going to have to build a couple rental houses ourselves in the Philippines, but I think we're going to wait until 2027 to build those houses. So, HTN says both. But the one he looked at today is here in the United States. And Henry's single, and he doesn't have kids running around. He doesn't have pets to take care of. So Henry can go back and forth. Henry can do what he wants. He's a free man. You know, he can have a hacienda here in the States, and he can have a nipa hut in the Philippines, and just flip-flop back and forth. Filipina Bai is getting interest. He's like, ooh, Dennis picking up on this. Haha, funny. Wow, Henry. Are you serious about it? Yeah, he's talked about it. About both, yeah. He's mentioned it many a times, long before you came around, that he thought about living in the Philippines. So, yeah. Yeah. Wow, she's all excited now. Now you're her buddy. Now she likes you, Henry. Woo-hoo. So, if we didn't have dogs, we might consider living 4 and 7. If we didn't have dogs, we might do 4 and 7 or 5 and 6. But we would never be there permanently. But we would do that if we didn't have dogs. Yeah, we could do that. We could do like 4 and 7, I think. Because 4 plus 7 equals 12, right? So, but with our dogs, I'm not spending $5,000, you know, every year to take my dogs back and forth. But we've thought about it, and we looked at it, and that's partly why we bought the land up there, just in case we buy a retirement or build a retirement home. But right now, we're just thinking we might build a couple rental properties and have a company manage the rental properties. 10 people in the house. If you're new to the chat, give us a thumbs up. If you're hanging out in the background, drop a little chat and let us know who's hanging out. HTN says, maybe, I don't know. They keep changing the math around me. Yes. I'm a firm believer in this. Keep it simple no matter what we do. Let's keep it simple. That's the best thing you can do. It's one of the things I've learned the hard way is just to keep it simple. I'm trying to make my life even more simple. You know, my wife likes having a big, beautiful home, but man, I would be happy with a much smaller house with a much bigger outdoor space. An uglier home with a much bigger, but I can make any home pretty. HTN says, maybe, don't know, they keep changing the math. Marie is, I'm picturing a rental property in the Philippines, some sort of tin hut. Is this stereotypical? No, no. Look, there are a lot of people that live in very poor areas, that live in makeshift structures out of tin that you kind of see. There are people that do that. But no, that's not what we would do. We would be building real houses, Filipino style houses. They would probably be maybe 1,000 square foot each, is what we're thinking. So they'd be made out of brick or cinder block or what they call hollow block in the Philippines. And there'd be a lot of tile. So no, we wouldn't be doing that. That's not what, but those shanty towns or really poor areas are very, very common in the Philippines. But you don't usually rent those. They're usually owned by people or not owned technically. You know, it's kind of like a homeless camp in a way, if you know what that is. HN says, the last I checked, a 2 plus 2 equals 4, but I was told I was wrong. It was probably a woman that told you were wrong, right? you know, so yeah, we would be building a very typical Filipino house there. It would probably have 1 bathroom, a dirty kitchen outdoors, and probably 2 or 3 bedrooms, depending on what we could muster in, if we use them as rental house. Yeah, bamboo hut is good, a nipa hut. I would like to build a nipa hut on my property in Alabama. So I like to have a big enough piece of property that we have the nice house in the outdoor area. Then I want to build a nipa hut on the property in Alabama. But I'd also like to build a better, nicer, better arranged Filipino house in America. I think that would be cool. So what is Kiko up to this morning? Kiko, how are you this morning, by the way? Because, with all the hurricanes and the flooding, we should be building Asian-style houses here that you can just get the garden hose out and hose the damn thing down, and you're good, versus all these sheetrock homes that you got to rip everything out and rebuild every time it floods. Why don't they just build concrete homes? Hollow block homes. And, we used to do it in the 60s. Something I'm supposed to research. I'm actually supposed to research. I told my friend last night, because him and I have been talking about that. So I need to research concrete home builders. Young Ms. Bai says, good night, everybody. It's been great knowing you. I will dream of the HTN man in my dreams. I will visualize him coming to the Philippines to visit me. So good night, young Miss Bai. Take care. Oh, man, that's a good question. Do we see many Filipinos owning actual homes? I don't know what the percentage would be, but yes, I know a lot. I know a lot that rent homes, but I know some that owns homes. I would say, I don't know, maybe 25% of the population owns homes in the Philippines. And then a whole bunch of people own a lot of homes and they rent them out. So have a great day. Thank you. We will. Filipino bye. Night, Henry. Good. She's saying, good night, Henry. And she said, good night, Furry. Good night, bye from Charles. I'm heading up that way next year. Night, bye, and you're a Yankee man. Don't get her fired up, Dennis. Don't get her fired up. Young Miss Bai is telling you, good night, Charles, and don't forget about that coconut. Uh-oh. 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 Coconuts will make you poo. Yucky Dennis. Good night, Dennis. Dennis is asking if your Yankee friend snores. And he doesn't mean HTN. Charles says goodbye to you, bye. We know it's in the middle of the night there, so get some rest. I'm keeping quiet. My daughter is on a Zoom interview for a software. Wow. Man, your kids are doing so well in life. You'll never have to worry about anything ever again. If they can just if they could just fund a little love, a little cash your way, man, you would have it gold, right? I mean, your kids are paying off. Having kids for you is paying off, you know? I got a brother that has a 30-something-year-old daughter who just got married, and he's still spending thousands of dollars a month to support her. He can't wait until she starts turning a profit. Young Miss Bai says, I don't know. Been not with him. I don't know. Been not with him. Sleep together. I think she's trying to say that she hasn't slept with him. So they haven't been around when they went to sleep, is what she's saying. So they she hasn't seen him sleep. She didn't say about anything else. She just said she hadn't seen him sleep. Yeah, right, Dennis? Isn't that good news? I mean, Dennis, Kiko's kids are starting to pay off. My brother, he's still waiting for his kids to pay off. Well, I believe her, Dennis. I believe her. I don't think she's heard him sleep. I believe her. Unless he snores really loud and you can hear him in the Philippines echoing through the fields. You know, I don't think she's heard him sleep. Oh, young Miss Bai says, I hate you, Dennis. Hate's such a strong word. We teach our children in America not to use that word, young Miss Bai. You know, you can say, Dennis, I find you disgusting. Bye, 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 Miss American Pie. I drove my Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Them good old boys were drinking whiskey and rye, singing this'll be the day that I die. There you go. That's all I got, man. Best song in the world, Don McLean, Apple Pie. Best song in the world. There's not another song better than that song. So Dennis, let me ask you this. What country are you targeting? Are you going to be targeting the Colombian women now? Or Venezuelans? Which ones are you hot to trot with now? Which one is your focus? Because we know you're not going to focus on the Filipino women anymore. Plus, they live too damn far away, right? Why travel, 36 hours to go see a girl when you can travel 6 hours, right? I think that's what Dennis is making a point about. Probably no time to sleep. Well, that's me. All I was saying, Dennis, was that she never heard the old boy sleep. She says he likes Thai lady boys. Well, then why did he come visit you? Because you're not Thai and you're not a lady boy, so why? Well, that's what I mean. I think there might be a brain cell lost in his brain or squiggly. There's something not right. I'm telling you, as a man, and as somebody who used to be highly successful, now I'm just a deadbeat, unemployed guy. But I do have a beautiful wife, so there you go, and and a dog. So I still have something going for me. I think I see a lot of red flags. Just saying, see a lot of red flags. I don't know if I will ever live enough to see my payoff. I really don't care. I want what I have. I know, you're doing good, Kiko. I'm just giving you a hard time. I know you don't care about money and all of that. I know you just want your kids to be happy and healthy because you're a good dad. But I do think it's funny when I know some friends that their children are making way bigger money than they ever made. And they're just like, oh my God, my children finally are paying off. I did something right. Oh my God. All right, I got to show you my dog real quick, everybody. Hold on. Man. Can you see all of that? She goes out in the grass and rolls around and brings that stuff in here. Oh, that reminds me. I got to call the groomer today. Hang on. I need a piece of paper. Hold on. I got to call the groomer. Let me make a piece of paper. Because I got to get Daisy a haircut. Call groomer. All right. Be careful with the Colombian women. Henry says they are wild, Dennis. Well, that's what like Dennis likes. He wants them wild. The wilder the better, man. Yeah, Bob's right. He loves those wild women. I mean, you know, as long as they're not a cheater. Henry HDN says most do. Most men like wild women. I do not. I've never been that way. I've been the opposite. I like intellectual, smart, calm, rational women. Damn, I wish I would have married one. I mean, mine's really smart, but sometimes she's not very rational. You know, I'm in trouble a lot, and I have nothing to do with it. So, you know. Young Mr. Dennis from the great land of Canada says, not my first rodeo with Colombian women. Yeah, but I think it's a good choice for you, Dennis. I know you're kind of fond of that, and so I think it's a good choice for you. Young Miss Bai is saying that you're weak. Make sure, Dennis, you are strong enough with Colombian wild women. You know. Wow. It's Canadian Thanksgiving Day there. Dennis will just take some extra vitamins by. He'll just beef up on the vitamins and he'll be fine with those wild and whirly Colombian chicks. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is in November in America. Did you guys go all out on your Thanksgiving, on the Canadian Thanksgiving? I'm going to look that up and see what it is. Henry says, I still know a lot of people in Colombia. Yeah, but Dennis, you know, I told you, don't run with that crowd anymore. They're going to get you in prison. That's what I think of when somebody says, you know, I know people in Colombia. And I'm like, well, look, I don't need to know about your bullshit in Colombia. I don't need to know about the airdrops, you know, or the submarines or anything like that. I need no part of what's going on in Colombia to Miami, all right? Don't need it. Not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. I don't know anybody in Colombia, to be honest. We had a girl in high school that was from Colombia, but that was 20,000 years ago. So I don't know anybody there. But Dennis travels there quite a bit, so he can find one easily. Maybe Jack needs a girl from Colombia since, you know, he can't get it right with Filipino women. You know, Jack keeps getting crashed and burned with Filipino women. So even though he's in the Philippines, maybe he could try a Thailander. So when we see Jack again, we should encourage him to date outside of that country. So maybe the key is to date outside of the country that you're in. Dennis says they are calm, attentive, on how to treat a man, polite. And did I also say flippin' hot? Smoking hot. Flippin' smoking hot. Which, all right. So the real question is this. If a Colombian woman has the same traits as a Filipino woman, like being a good wife, a good mother, very attentive to their husband, all of that stuff. Let's say they both are equal. Which one are you going to choose? That's the question. You're going to choose the smoking hot Colombian woman, Or are you going to choose the beautiful Filipina? That's for all of y'all. Yeah, HTN says you got to watch your back there at all times. Yes. I would probably be kidnapped because they would look at me and go, man, that guy has to be somebody famous and superstarish. So I'd probably be kidnapped and ransomed for like $10. Dogs tend to love to roll around in the stinkiest, nastiest smelling shit there is. I know, man. Funny because they have such a sensitive snow. I know, right? I know. These like to roll around in dead worms. When we get a big rain and the worms come out, they like to roll around on the worms. I don't know. Charles says, I'm just listening and learning. Well, we're here to teach you, buddy. You know, if I can't do anything else, I'm happy to share knowledge, whether anybody wants it or not. So, there's a lot of people that don't want my knowledge. Trust me. Trust me. A lot of people think I'm absolutely apeshit crazy, but that's all right. But that was my question. Nobody answered my question. If they were equal in all other things, would you prefer the smoking hot Colombian chick or just the beautiful Filipina chick? I think it's funny how nobody's willing to answer that question, Henry. Charles won't answer it either. See, Kiko won't answer it. We already know Dennis's answer. So, and since I'm married to a Filipina, for the record, I would have to choose the Filipina. If I never met my wife, God, I don't know. Man, that's a hard one. No, Henry. We're not going on their personalities. No. They had the exact same personality. No. You can't say I got to meet them first. We're not going on their personality. No. Or how well they speak a language. Nothing. We're going on just the fact that they both are really good women that would make great wives. One happens to be a smoking hot Colombian, and the other one just happens to be a beautiful Filipina. And not a transgender Filipina, but a real Filipina woman. I get no budget stuff, allowance, sponsor in Colombia. Oh, so what you're saying is they don't hit you up for money. Like the women in the Philippines who always need a sponsor for some stupid bullshit. It's irritating. We hate that. I hate that sponsor word. I hate it, because I hate it. That's good. I didn't know that. Dennis says, no expectations of support the family like in the Philippines. Yes. Okay, Henry's going to go with the Filipina. So he's choosing the Filipina. So we got one vote for the Filipina. Oh, maybe I should do a poll on my YouTube channel, right? And see how much trouble I get into. Maybe, Dennis, you got it good. I'm going to try to work up a poll. Maybe I can find an image of what they say is the most beautiful Colombian and the most beautiful Filipino woman, put them side by side in a poll and say, if everything's all equal, yeah, I'm going to try to do a poll. You're going to get me in trouble, Dennis. Charles says, well, I've lived in the Philippines for 13 months, so I like Filipino food, and people have no experience with Colombia. All right. I like Filipino food too, but I like Mexican food and Spanish food, and I'm sure Colombian food is a lot like that. You know, I mean, to me, Filipino food, to be honest, is just poor Asian food. I mean, Thailand has really good food, and Japan has really good food. China and the Philippines kind of have similar food. So, but the best Asian food is Japanese, then Thailand. So, and then Korea, then probably, I think Chinese and Filipino food are tied. So, and the South America realm, I don't know, because I've never went through their culinary delights. Then it says the hand out there in the Philippines is great. Yeah, I know. It's not like that. Well, and like you guys all know, we got Lorelai can't even talk to her nieces and nephews anymore. Her sisters cut us off from all of those kids that we've been supporting and encouraging since they were born, and we've been completely cut off because her sister got pissed off because we're willing to leave our money to those kids if they're in America, and her sister's mad because we didn't give the money to her now. You know, that if we have money to give her children in the future, she doesn't understand why we now, right now, just can't give our money to them now. Well, we need our money now. I need to go to Walmart, you know. Just the average lady Colombian wins hands down, so we know that you're choosing the Colombian girl. Kiko says, get a dog. There you go, just get a dog. I don't want Kiko if it checks the box. Yeah, if you get a dog, Dennis, I don't recommend a dog because you're single and you need to travel a lot. If you're married, getting a dog is one of the greatest things you can do. But if you're a single guy and you want to travel, maybe change jobs a lot, have a good time in life, don't get a dog because it weighs you down. Because you always got to worry about the dog, kind of like a wife. But I think that's an interesting dilemma. But I think everybody ought to do whatever they want, you know. If you like smoking hot German women, then go after German women. You know, if you like women that look like toads, then go after women from Toadland. Exactly, super PAC leader. That's right. There you go. You know, life is simple. I used to tell everybody at the college, if everybody would just listen to me, the whole world would be a better place. You do. You travel too much, and so it's a disservice to the dog and to yourself. But we have dogs, and look. You guys all know. Like this year, Lily got hit by that car, man. That pissed me off, upset me. And I've spent thousands of dollars taking care of Lily to get her to where she's at this point, which I'm happy to do because they're our dogs. But the downside of that is we don't get to travel nowhere near or as easy as we would like to. So there's a give and take for everything. Then it says, I had one and the best when married. Yeah. Married couple. I think I did a short a few minutes ago, a little bit ago, a couple of days ago, I don't know, where I put out that Lorelai, one of her suggestions is for couples, especially from being from the Philippines, and with the age gap, if you're not going to have children, then you should take in pets so that you guys have something to focus on because Filipino women need to nurture. A lot of women need to nurture something. And a lot of women don't need that, but Filipino women want to be nurturers. And so by us getting the dogs, that gives her something to nurture. HTN says, well, I got to go. I will talk to everybody later. Appreciate you, buddy. Later, Henry from Kiko. Yeah, let's wrap this up. It's about time for me to get off of here. Oh, Riley's in the house. Riley, how are you? Hi, man. How's it going? I'm doing good. Did you give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel as you come in? I appreciate that. Riley, where are you from real quick? But thank you for being here. Do you like women or men? Do you like hot smoking women or beautiful women? You know? Q Waxy says hi. Riley's from Florida. I hope you guys are doing well in Florida. We got a lot of friends in Florida. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. The super chats and the memberships are all open, but subscribing is free. So, Kuwezi, Waxy says, I have subbed. Very nice. One subbed. Thank you, if that's what you're trying to say. Where are you from? So are you recuperating, Raleigh, down in Florida? Thank you for Raleigh for subbing and liking. We appreciate that. We've been talking about women all day. Uh-oh. Mark, my good friend Mark, listen to what Mark says. Talking about choosing women is difficult. Culture influences must play a part in the women and the family's expectations. I am sure many Americans do not factor that in. I agree. Oh, man. Mark, you're right. Men don't factor all of the external variables when they're looking at women. We know the only one or two things they factor in, right? You know, men don't factor in all the other things around that. They do not. They just focus in on just the, because men are stupid. We are the dumbest creatures on the earth. We see something pretty and shiny and we go, we're like dogs. When a car runs by, "Rrr," that's what men are. Men, you know, we see something beautiful and shiny and we go, everything else falls away, you know. So Riley says they're doing pretty good down in Florida. Nice. Nice. I'm glad you guys, we got a lot of friends in Florida. We spend a lot of time there ourselves personally. We are in the United States. And where are you from, Waxy? Yes, me are. Where are you from? Riley says, ain't heard nothing so true in a while. Well, this channel, we speak the truth. Or at least the truth according to us men. You know, sometimes we get women on here, but they're usually not brave enough to stick around too long. But I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So Waxy, what are you trying to say? I live in America. There's people on here that live in the Canada and the United States and in the Philippines currently. The US of A is where I live. What country or where are you from? Are you from the United States or are you from a different country? Maybe India? Oh, you live in the USA too. All right, I got you. We are the true speakers and seekers in this channel. We do not hold back. We speak okay. So you're in Illinois, the state of Illinois. And in case you guys didn't know, and Jack's not here to correct us, you know, is King Jack isn't here. It's not pronounced Illinois, it's pronounced Illinois. So America, you mean America with an A? Okay, nice. Well, we're glad that you're here. Do you like women or do you like men? But yeah, I mean, Mark, I love your comment. I mean, it's dead on, spot on, and 1000% accurate. You know, I will say, but I'm old and I'm, you know, enlightened. When I met Lorelai, I considered those factors in. I considered a lot of those factors. She didn't have parents anymore, they were deceased. And she didn't want kids, and those were two big, gigantic green flags for me. And because I turned down a lot of women who had kids and wanted kids, and I turned down a lot of women who had extended families, because I know how things are in the Philippines. Riley says, oh, by the way, since you asked earlier, I do like women, but I like real women who like to know, who like how they look without makeup and plastic surgery and all that crap. Absolutely. I think the majority of us are here. And I tell women that, I feel bad for the girls, the kids, the young girls, the kids, who their moms wear a lot of makeup because mom teaches them to wear makeup when they don't have to. You know, if you have to wear makeup to look decent, then that's shameful. But just be happy with who you are. Men like women who look natural. I know I do. I mean, I'm with you, buddy. We like normal looking women. I don't. Dennis likes them with big boobs, so he probably doesn't care about that. But I think we all like women to show their natural beauty and their real faces. I worked with a girl who was one of my assistants, who I swear to God had to put 10 pounds of makeup on her face every day. It's like, Jesus Christ, you look like a freaking clown, but whatever. So Waxy likes women. I love your videos. Thank you. I appreciate you watching them. And make sure you leave a comment and subscribe and do all of that stuff on the videos. Waxy says, there is a girl in school that I really like. Great. Have you told her that you like her? Because she doesn't know unless you tell her. And it's okay if you haven't spoken to her to go up and speak to her and say, hi, my name's Waxy. How are you today? You know, what's your name, by the way? Be nice, polite, and just introduce yourself is a great way to meet girls. Yeah, Missouri is the way that locals pronounce Missouri or Missouri. Missouri is how I pronounce Missouri. So it's kind of crazy. You know, but the locals are drunk. In Missouri, the locals are drunk. They're all drunk, Kiko. They're all crazy, man. They've had too much of that show me steak crap. You know, it's kind of like the people from Texas. Say everything's bigger and better in Texas. Our little friend Waxy here says, no, not yet. She told me though. She told you her name? Well, that's good. If a girl, let me say this, and all of these guys in here can tell you. If a girl walks up and says, hi, my name is Debbie, there's a good chance that she likes you a little bit. She wants to get to know you better. She's not in love with you, but at least she's saying, hi, my name is Debbie, what's yours? That gives you an opening to be into the door and say, well, hey, I'm hat guy and whatever, and go from there. Raleigh says, yeah, I know it sounds cheesy, but it's true. What they say, you miss 100% of the shots you don't shoot. That's it. Yeah. You know, if you don't say hi, then that girl's never going to talk to you, right? So that's right. It's like fishing. You can't catch a fish unless you throw some bait out there. And when it comes to women, a lot of the women I know always say, man, you know, if guys will just come up and say hi to me, it doesn't mean I'm going home with them or I'm going to marry them, but it's a good start that we can start talking. And the other thing I encourage young men to do when they're dating or trying to date is don't get into the friend zone. So you go up and say, hi, you know, I'm hat guy and you're a hat girl and it's nice to meet you, you know, and blah, blah, talk a little bit of small talk, swap numbers or whatever kids do these days. I don't know what you guys do anymore because I'm old. And then pretty quickly, therefore, ask them to go do something with you. Ask them to go to the park or to hang out or to go to the movies. So you need to ask them out pretty quickly, but not immediately. Waxy says, yes, they are. Apple juice. No, that she told me she likes me. Well, good. Then what's your problem? Sometimes you can catch a turtle. I catch turtles. Yeah. Yeah, you can catch a turtle. That's it, right? So if she told you that she likes you, then what's your problem? Then you're in. Hey, look, it doesn't get any easier. If I'm out fishing and I don't even got a line in the water and a fish jumps into my bucket, why not? Sometimes you get your turtle. Yeah. Kiko says, the little girl I liked in school is now a wrinkled old lady. Oh my God. Man, they got a good point. I think the same thing. When I see people that I went to school with, Kiko, I go, man, that chick was hot back in the day, but look at her now. She looks like some old ragged asshole. You know, she looks like some 90-year-old woman. What in the hell happened to her? So Waxy's saying, okay, cool, I get it. All right, that's what you gotta do, man. You're in like Flynn. Now just take the next step and ask her if she wants to go do something with you, if she wants to go hang out with you. You know, if you guys wanna share a burrito. I don't know. I'm not for sure what, young people do anymore these days. What if another girl likes you? Well, then hell, you must be some kind of stud to get two girls at once. No. All right. We were talking about this earlier. In all seriousness, I believe it's the responsibility of us men not to string women on. So I would not play both girls. I wouldn't play them against each other. I would choose one that you get along with, that you think is the funniest, the most entertaining, the one that you think you would like to hang out with the most, and go with that one. But I would not go back and forth. I would not play with their thoughts. I wouldn't do that. I would say, I would be honest. Say, girl A, let's say her name is Debbie, and she say, hey, I like you. And you go like, right. And if you feel good about Debbie, you like Debbie, and maybe Karen comes along the next day and says, I like you. And if you're already making plans and you really like Debbie, then you just tell Karen, say, well, you're a really beautiful girl, but I've started to kind of hang out with Debbie, and so, I appreciate that you like me, and I think you're beautiful, but I've started to hang out with Debbie. Now, if you haven't hung out with either one of them, you can kind of play it a little bit and see which one you get to know first and which one you like the best. But you be honest, and you don't hide it from them. You tell them, Riley, I read your comment. You tell them, so once you've decided that you like Debbie or Karen better, you tell the other one that you think you like Karen, and you're hoping you and Debbie could be friends for now. Riley says, yo, but I do like a good burrito. Oh my God. Because I turned a girl down. Well, that's all right. It's okay to turn girls down. I've turned down many. They were like waitresses coming to the table asking me if I needed more chips and salsa, and I would say, no, I'm good. So I would turn them down. I've turned down a lot of girls, so it's okay. Well, it doesn't matter if they're in your class or not. You still got to just pick the one that you think you're going to like the most. That's it. And you go with that one. That's all there is to it. And I would pick the one that makes you smile, all right? The one that makes you smile. If the other one's prettier, it doesn't matter. The one that makes you smile is the one that you want to go with, period. Okay? So go with the one that makes you smile. And then if she just happens to be smoking hot like a Colombian girl, then you got it made. So that's the old man's advice to you, young person. And I think everybody would probably agree with me, because if not, they know I kick them off my channel. She is. Okay, good. Well, it sounds like you got a game plan now, my friend. And you just do what this old guy says, and you'll be okay. And you do that for the rest of your life with women. Never treat women bad, no matter how bad they act. You always become a gentleman. You open doors, you tell them thank you, you be very kind, courteous to their moms and dads. You be the gentleman. Because that's one thing that us men can do that nobody can take from us. We can be gentlemen. That's our decision. So always be a gentleman. All right, my friends, it's time for us to wrap this live stream up. We appreciate everybody staying with us this morning. Enjoy your day. Another 2 hours. I know, Kiko. These little morning lives were only posted when I started these. We're only supposed to be 30-minute live streams. And I'm lucky if I get off of here in 2 hours. But that's okay. I mean, they're really growing my channel. So I'm okay with it. And again, and Lorelai's in bed. And I don't want to turn the TV on because I don't want to wake her up. So, what else am I going to do, right? Besides take out the trash because it's Monday. So, but all right, my friend. And we're going to be back live on Thursday night, everybody. And Kiko, we're going to do StreamYard again so that I can do a better job managing the Thursday night live stream. So we're going to go back to StreamYard on Thursday night. So, and I'm sure Angry Jack will join us. Jack's angry for some reason about everything. So maybe we can try to help Jack with his anger issues on the next live stream and get him to wasabi and calm things down. So, all right, my friends, take care. We appreciate all of you. Riley, Dennis, everybody. Take care, and we'll see you tomorrow.